Hi guys, welcome back. Alright, so drum roll please. Oh, please don't mind this. Giselle just threw up on me. But drum roll please. Here's Miss Giselle. Here goes my baby. Her name is Giselle Ava Perez. Say hi, mama. Say hi. You'll get a camera smile. Aw. You'll get a camera smile, mama. My baby. Stand up for me. Stand up for me. Tell him, say, how old are you? Yeah, mama. How old is the baby? How old is the baby? Look, right there, mama. Say hi. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the labor and delivery. Bye. Say bye, mama. Say bye, mama. Bye. Blow kiss. Blow kiss. Hi guys, welcome back. Alright, so today I will be doing my labor and delivery video. So I didn't vlog it. Sorry guys, I didn't vlog it. Honestly, that day I was just so nervous because I was supposed to get induced, well, I was scheduled to be induced on the 20th, which is her due date. But and school started that Monday and her due date is a Sunday, so I end up going to school, and I'll insert some pictures from when I went to school. I was huge, of course. I was huge, but I still went anyways. And so what was it, Thursday night I was going through small contractions. So when Friday came, I was like, oh, gonna go to school still, because I was still going through contractions. And my boyfriend, he told me, because he was going to work, he told me, you know, if anything happens, call him. Like if the pain gets too worse, call him. And the same goes for my mother. So I got all dressed and ready, and I did my makeup, and I got all pretty, and I'll insert a picture. I thought I was just going to school, and then I told my sister that I was, because she's the one that took me to school, or was going to take me to school. I told her that, oh, don't mind my nails. One of my nails came off, but anyways, I told her that I was going through contractions, and she was like, you're not going to school. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, you're not going anywhere. And then I was like, what do you mean? She was like, what happens if you go to school and you're going into labor? I'm going to be at work, everybody's at work, who's going to take you from school? So I got very upset, and I cried, and I went back to my room. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. She was waking up. But so I ended up staying home, and that was around like 8 something. And then so later on that day, around 12, I used the bathroom, and when I wiped, I saw a gooey, icky, brownish thing. So I figured out that that was my mucus plug. So I immediately called, well, first I called my sister's brother. I mean, my brother's, I immediately called my boyfriend's sister, and I was like, hey, I think I lost my mucus plug. And she was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? She's like, you need to call Joey right now. Joey's my boyfriend. It's like, you need to call Joey right now. I was like, no, I don't want to call him yet. I want to wait till it's like serious. And she was like, no, call him right now. If you don't call him, I'm gonna call him. I was like, all right, stop, I'll call him. So I called him, and I told him to come on down, and I called my mom, and she was like, okay, I'm on my way home right now, and I'm gonna take you up to the hospital. And then so I immediately started to cry. I cried my eyes out. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I'm so scared. And this, and that. I was so scared. And then so packed my bag, and my mom came home, and we waited for my boyfriend to get here. And then he got here, and then we went up there. And then I waited for like an hour just to get inside the, not hotel, hospital. And then I went to the triage room, and mind you, this is Friday, and I'm supposed to be induced Sunday. So they took me to the triage room, and they checked me and all that stuff, and they were like, I'm only 1 centimeter dilated. So they ordered me to walk around the hospital for an hour, and then stuck me with the IV fluids. And then once I started to walk around, they checked me again and seen that I was 2 centimeters. And then since I was supposed to already get induced Sunday, they just told me to stay. So when you stay, you can only have one person staying. So I stayed with my boyfriend, and we both stayed. And the goal was to not get an epidural. That was the goal. Alright, so I was cool, I was chill, until like the nurses kept coming in parading, epidural, epidural, this and that, and you can get an epidural, and epidural is the best thing since sliced bread. So I told them I didn't want it, and they were like, you can get a substitution drug that goes through your IV called Demerol. So I was like, all right, I'll take that. And I was like, but the only problem is you get a redose every 3 hours, but the medicine wore off like an hour and a half. And then so once they put it in, they immediately started me on Pitocin, and I was like, it was like, the pains were so terrible. Like, I hated it. Once they started me on that Pitocin, my Demerol wore off really quick, and like the Demerol made me feel like droopy and high, and like I just wanted to talk. But once that ran off, the pain started to get so bad, and then they checked me, and I was like 5 centimeters. And then the midwife came in, and she was like, oh, I can't give you another dose because you're so close. So I was like, what do you mean? I need something. And then so I ended up, long story short, I ended up getting the epidural. Then once I got the epidural, I was like 6 centimeters dilated, and then 2-3 hours later I ended up being 9 centimeters. And then they were like, oh, you're ready to push. But it's like, I didn't push. I was so ready to start pushing, and it's like the nurses, they kept coming in. It was like 10 nurses in my room. I don't know why it was that many nurses, but it was that many nurses. Oh yeah, and another reason why they kept me overnight was because my blood pressure was so high. But it's like one nurse would come in, check me, come out, and it's like they would call the next nurse to come in, check me, go out, next nurse, come in, go check her. And there's like 5 nurses in there sticking their fingers at me, and I'm like, well, can I push now? It's like, no, you can't push. So literally I was waiting. I was already 9 centimeters, and she was like, I was already thinned out, my cervix was already thinned out, I was 80% thinned out, and I was ready to push. It felt like I was just ready to go and get this done. And then so they were like, you can't push. I waited for like an hour, and then they were like, okay, you can push. And once I started to push, honey, I was pushing for an hour. I was just like, I didn't know where to push from. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, where am I supposed to push from? And like, she was like, pull your legs, and like my legs were like freaking 1,000 pounds each, and I'm just like, I can't pull them. And then she was like, you can't lift your butt while you're pulling. I'm like, are you kidding me? There's no way you can pull your legs and not lift your butt up too. And then she's just like, push, and you're not even pushing. I'm like, dang, like my midwife was so rude. And I was just like, oh, I can't wait to get this over with. And then I started to pray. Honestly, I was pushing, and I started to pray, and I was like, please help me, please help me. I want to get her out of me like right now. And then some nurse came in. She was wearing all white. She came right next to me, and she touched my stomach, and as I was pushing, she pushed her out. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's an angel. Because as soon as she came, I blacked out. And then next thing you know, they pulled her out, and put her right here on my chest, and that's when I woke up and I was like, my baby, she's so beautiful and I love her. And she was so chunky. She came out 8 pounds and 4 ounces and 20 inches long. So my baby was a chunky baby. But that's pretty much it. Up to this day, she is now 1 month and 3 weeks. Next week she will be 2 months. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions about anything that I didn't say, just comment them and I will gladly answer. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I love you guys. Mwah.